This is Austin St. John, Jason, the original Red Ranger. You are watching the Morphin Network.
This Morphin Network video is sponsored by Ranger Stop Convention and Ranger Stop and Pop. Have you ever wanted to see all your favorite Power Rangers together in one epic convention? Go to Ranger Stop! Ranger Stop and Pop! August 27th to the 29th, 2021! Atlanta, Georgia! Ranger Stop 8! November 11th to the 14th! Orlando, Florida! Get your tickets now! Carson's Corner is a black LGBTQ-owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises such as Dragon Ball, King of the Hill, Sailor Moon, and of course and most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at carsoncorner.com. Link will be down below.
Hello everyone! Welcome to Phoenix. I am your humble host, George, showing you the latest technology in our ability to fight the Deadman organization. Hot off the presses, we have the Revice driver. Using the power of Vice stamps themselves, we are able to harness the power of one's own Deadman in order to be able to use the enemy's own weapons against them. And of course, being a Kamen Rider fan myself, I modeled them right after writers themselves. We got Megalodon, based on Kamen Rider Decade, and Eagle, based on Kamen Rider Double. Now, you can all live safely knowing that no dead man will harm your life. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rider Time Podcast. This is your host, TimeRider Zero. And, of course, with me I have...
You are such a nerd. You are such a friggin' nerd. Oh my god. Anyway. Oh.
Yes. And we do have a special guest today. Our
hello.
Friend, Red Star, how you been?
Doing good. And, it's been a while since I've been in a Rider Time podcast. So why not join in?
Of course, and as you all know, today we are covering Kamen Rider Revice, episode 3.
It's good to be back.
Episode 2. We got way ahead of ourselves. This is the third season. This is the third season, second episode. The devil is just a bad guy.
I just want to say it's good to be back.
It is very good to be back.
Just a heads up, guys. I will be coming back to the Rider Time podcast every Friday or whenever we do this now. I am now free of some of the overlords that I worked for, so my Fridays are officially free again. So there you go.
That's great. That's great. Now you could cosplay as Daiji.
No, I'm gonna cosplay as Icky, and then I need maybe Clement can cosplay as the Stan. Get ready for the joke. No. My persona. Get ready for the JoJo Bizarre and Persona jokes all throughout this entire season, people. You thought I was talking about this.
I'm still on the Venom jokes, which is perfectly timed, obviously.
Actually, yeah, it's more like to be fair, I mean, Maximum Carnage is coming out soon. So, and Vice is essentially Venom minus everything else.
Yes, and of course, have any of you lovely audience members got to get your hands on the Revice driver or any of the Vice stamps? If so, let us know in the comments. I actually got the 50th anniversary version, so I do have the Grasshopper Vice stamp in the other room, as well as the belt catalog from the last 50 years. So I wish I had more text written into it. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. But all in all, what are your brief thoughts on the episode, guys?
Well, I'll go first. So I watched last week, the first episode, and I have to say, It was funny. It was entertaining. I had a good time. Was the best opening? Not really, but in fairness, most episodes, like most first episodes in Kamen Rider off the bat, are good. Like it's just like, hey, this is good. Now let's see what progresses. Last week's episode was fine. This week's episode, I had a good time watching it. It was fun. I think there was more comedy than action. I have no problem with that, considering what the theme of Revice is. So yeah. I liked it.
Okay, and Clement, what do you think?
I kind of I'm digging the story, and it's kind of fun and very entertaining. It like the kid has some potential to be like this soccer athlete, but then he decides to, manage his family's bathhouse, and when his brother is going for this task force, he his older brother, who's like just managing a bathhouse, is now outshining him more in the ranks as the new Kamen Rider.
Yeah. No, this episode was relatively fun. Like, I love how, we're not being like straight up buddy right away, like we were like we were expecting in the previous episode. And I'm curious to see if certain promises by certain characters will be kept, or will things be continuously an epic game of yo-yo, if you know what I mean. But let's get right into the episode. So Clement, why don't you, as our guest, start the synopsis first?
So wait, do I just join the breakout? Yeah.
Yep.
Or just talk about
Yep.
All right, so after the first episode, we see our hero Ikki. He did give back that Kamen Rider, the driver, back to the, what was that?
George.
What?
George.
Zenki, right? Or what's the task force name?
George and Phoenix, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Phoenix.
The organization called Phoenix, and of course our guy George is reviewing the footage of the battle.
Yeah, so so just to start off, like after the first episode, we see our hero, our main Ikki, give back the driver back to the Phoenix team, and now what are we going to see? What he's going to do? Whoa! What was that loud background?
Fox.
Yo, my bad.
Oh, okay. So at that scene, wait. I don't know how to give synopsis, my friend. I don't know.
Okay.
Here.
Okay. I'll tag you in. Okay.
Yeah, you go. Okay. This is your show, man.
Okay. So they're reviewing the footage of the battle, and George is remarking how good Ikki was at the battle. And of course, he makes a quick joke to Daiji, like, why didn't you tell me your brother was such a good fighter? But of course, the other higher up member of Phoenix is upset with Daiji, because essentially a lot of the bad things that happened were essentially his fault. He failed to stop the raid, the Deadman raid that stole the Vice stamps from before the first episode. And he basically made a fool of the entire organization during the previous episode, when instead of being able to properly transform into Revice, he basically accidentally created another rogue Deadman. And so naturally he gets demoted in rank. But of course, George, being the sweet, lovable, cuddly character that he is, tells him not to worry too much about it. But he does want Daiji to convince Ikki to join Phoenix in order to become a permanent member as Kamen Rider Revice. Meanwhile, a golfer is got really bad game. Like we are talking Jerry from Rick and Morty, where it takes a million just to take two swings off his golf swing.
You see, no, can you hear me right away?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I was making sure my mic's on. No, it's more like the episode of Fresh Prince when Carlton was learning how to bowl and he only got 2 strikes.
Oh,
No. It's more like Malcolm in the Middle in the lowest, like in that split timeline, whether Lois takes the boys bowling or if Hal takes the boys bowling, and in the lowest timeline, Malcolm only gets 1 pin on the last round, and everyone's like excited because he got 1 pin.
But at least he got the girl in that timeline. But that's not the point.
Yeah, and of course, what's it called? So of course the caddy tries to give him advice. The golfer isn't listening to him. He's like, you're ruining my groove, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna throw off your groove. So then Olteka shows up, and he's like, that guy's being a jerk. He really should listen to your input. I'm like, don't you just hate it when the bad guy makes a really good point? It makes it harder to root against him. But of course, yes, he needs to listen to you more, and I think this will help you make a contract, summon your inner demon. So naturally, meanwhile, Daiji does try to convince Ikki to join the squad, but of course Ikki's like, no, I'm not a fighter. This isn't for me. I did it just a one time to save mom. Now it's one and done. It's a means to an end. This isn't a Kevin Spacey movie where we go to Vegas and try to win tons of money for our med school. And of course, Vice is like, oh, come on, dude. You could be a superhero. Don't you feel sorry for your brother? He's on his knees begging for you to join the squad. And of course, that's when the caddy summons the Mantis Dead Man. And he's like, why won't you ever listen? And of course, that takes us to the opening theme song, which we will see the first time in the series. So yeah, you must ever know.
You can clearly tell that the theme song to that was heavily inspired by X-Aid and J-pop.
Yeah, with a little bit of DMX, just a smidge.
Yeah, there was some. I felt some DMX vibes off that freaking song. All you're missing is, hey yo, where my runs at? That's all you was missing.
Yo, you can call me Dead Man X.
Yo. Listen. Morphin Network's going to drop the greatest mixtape of 2021. Dead Man X. Let's get it, bro.
And you know, like the people have made a technology where you got virtual reality versions of dead celebrities doing stuff.
Bruh.
So imagine we got a ghost of Earl Simmons being like, yo, Dead Man X, forget what you heard. It's what you hear and listen.
No. You get him. You get Vice. You get Ghost from Kamen Rider Ghost. And you get Disaster being the hype man.
Yeah, and then he does the cover of the Kamen Rider theme song where it's like, Semaru Shoka!
Okay, we're done. Okay, so after Caddyshack attacks the civilians and stuff, Ikki and Vice are about to start fighting while Ikki's brother is getting everyone out of the area. Oh, before that, we had some shenanigans where the Rex stamps into Ikki's bike and becomes a demon bike. A literal demon bike. Like, Ghost Rider ain't got nothing on this fool. And this dude is drifting like it's Fast and the Furious. All you're missing... Oh, actually, no, you're not missing it because...
As Jorgito Vargas Jr. would say, look at that power slide.
No. But you know what? And I'm just going to say this right now. This is going to be the running joke. Ikki, every time he fights, nothing stronger than family. Bro, I'm just saying, this season legit is a Dominic Toretto Kamen Rider season. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, the theme of the season is family. Like you know how much I hate Daichi from the previous episode, where it's like who's that? Oh, that's probably no one. And I'm not expecting Don Toretto's like, hey man, no one disses their family like that. Toretto.
Tornado! Anyways, so they get to the area. While Icky's bro is getting everyone out of there, him and Vice transform. They start. Oh yeah, and he also runs them over. Like going to the school of Carter Grayson, he runs over the Mantis dead man. Then he henshins, and they start the fight. And then Vice, because he realizes, oh, I got a physical body, let me do this. We get a Fist of the North Star, JoJo Bizarre homage, where he gives him the 1,000 fists
Power
of
Rangers
death.
episode 2.
Yep, and gives him the 1,000 fists of death. So yeah, that was awesome. Yes. So while that was all going on,
Fourth wall break.
fourth wall breaks. Icky's like, "Yo, who the hell are you talking to?" And then he proceeds to save Vice from getting attacked. We get some shenanigans.
No, Vice just straight up goes, "Now's my opportunity," and then he tries to go after Daiji.
No, this is before that. Remember he freaking Zangief tossed this fool into the Mantis monster, and then he tried to go after his brother. But his brother being on some Dale Gribble dodge moves. Pocket sand. Throws this fool another stamp, and they become the eagle, go into eagle form. And then this is where we see something very interesting that we didn't. Nerd. This is where we see something very interesting that we didn't see. We haven't seen since Saber. We see that both Vice and Icky transform into this giant eagle.
Wait. First, George is super excited because they're using the Eagle Geno. And yes, it is based on Kamen Rider Double. And the two of them start arguing with each other because, why'd you try to eat my brother? Because your brother's super tasty, but he's family. Yeah, family tastes good. And during the fighting, they turn into an eagle.
Yeah.
Some weird bionicle looking eagle thing.
It really is bionicle. Holy crap. Anyways, so they rider kick the Mantis monster into oblivion. Caddyshack dude tries to apologize to his homie, but before that, Vice does do something a little heelish, which does come back to bite him in the butt later, where he goes to Mr. Ibata and is like, "Ooh, I can sense the demon in you. Let out your inner demons if you dare. Liberate them if you must." And then we go to the next scene.
No, at first we think that he's gonna eat the golfer, but Icky stops him in time.
Yeah. So, but other than that, and that's where you go. And someone can continue from here. Here's a tag.
So Clement, why don't you continue from here?
Hmm.
Why don't you continue from here?
Right at the scene?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're at the hospital where the dad is trying to cheer up his wife, and he decided to make an origami crane. But
3-headed origami crane.
Yes, it's a King Ghidorah origami.
This is a King Ghidorah cameo.
Yep. So I have a feeling Ghidorah is going to make a special appearance eventually in the Revice or something, or maybe one of the Godzilla toys.
I love how we met the 3 actors who played King Ghidorah back in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Remember at Japan World Hero, and I love how like they have such like the 3 of them are like the 3 Stooges in real life, where they're just like working off each other's energy. I'm like, wow, this is a perfect cast for King Ghidorah.
Time out, real quick. Just Ghidorah for Smash and I'm done. I'm done with YouTube.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, Clement, continue.
So after we go to this scene where this professional golfer, he just went to visit the enemy. What was this evil group named?
Dead Man.
The Dead Man headquarters, and he wanted to release his demon because when he first witnessed his caddy that like released this demon with the Mantis stamp, he also wants a piece of releasing his demon. So, all right. So he decided to make a deal. And then we move on to the next scene where Iki is just enjoying his time, like protecting the bathhouse, cleaning and all, when his demon partner Vice is just like, dude, what is this? Oh, I have an idea. We have to do this and that. But he's just like trying to put some things into his head when Iki is just not in the mood or all in all. But
of course he has his he reveals a secret.
Yep, he revealed a secret, and it was Vice who convinced the golfer to release his inner demon. So he's the main culprit who had convinced him into look at here. Now the golfer has a stamp. So this is pretty funny. Like, this is the first time I've seen like a group of golfers, like a caddy and a professional golfer, were to have like both demon stamps.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
Number one. So I don't know, because I've not watched O's, and so Kyle, you can correct me if I'm wrong. So this is like one of the few times where the secondary writer, because let's just face it, Vice currently is a secondary writer or whatever. He's a straight up, he's kind of a heel, while Iki's the baby face. Because not only do you tell one of the dudes who's being a complete jerk, let your inner demons out, you persuade him just so that you can start fighting and probably get your hands on someone's soul.
Yeah, and
that's some heel stuff right there, dog.
Part of a strategy, because if he's attacking the city, then he would have to transform, and if he transforms, he'll become physical, so then he could start chowing down.
I'm getting real you know what? I'm getting real Legacy of Kain vibes so off of this. This is essentially Vice is Raziel when he's in the Spectre world, and you need enough souls to get back to the physical world to continue to suck on the souls. That's essentially it. Vice is a soul reaver. Yo. I can keep making video game references all day, but
let me guess, more Bleach references.
No. I'm talking about Legacy of Kain, dude. No, the Soul Society is back in Kamen Rider Saber, okay? Anyways, so back in the bathhouse, because of the realization that Vice is a piece of trash for doing some F-boy stuff like this, so some vengeful crap like this, freaking Iki goes after this fool and beats the heck out of him in the bathhouse while he's trying to crack jokes,
just so he could physically punch him.
Listen, when your persona is going back crowd crazy trying to do some heel stuff, I would do the exact same thing. I'm just saying. So while they're fighting in the bathhouse, Iki's brother pulls up and he's like, yo, we got another sighting of a dead man. This time it's Mr. Ibata, the pro golfer, not the caddy dude again. We gotta go down there and start saving some folks, right? Keep in mind, throughout the entire time, Iki does not want to be a Kamen Rider because he does not want this responsibility and stuff. The only thing he wants to do is...
Now he especially doesn't want to transform because he doesn't want Vice getting out of control.
Yes, and obviously he's trying to protect family. So they go down there.
I watched that movie.
If you have not seen Fast 9 yet, you're in for a treat. That's all I have to say.
All those that go into space. I love the Anakin Skywalker meme where he's like Anakin Skywalker on your flank, hey, to your left. Don Toretto, what are you doing here? Hey man, fighting the separatists. That ain't nothing when you got family.
Anyways, so as they're trying to get all the civilians out, freaking Mr. Ibata's evil persona, the shark that looks like Katy Perry's shark. Yeah, the Megalodon that looks like Katy Perry's shark on steroids. From the Super Bowl halftime performance, is attacking the people with his cronies. And Icky watches his brother get knocked down, everything like that. He's like, I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. We have an anime moment where he's trying to get to his brother and save him and stuff like that. And Vice is telling him, listen, dude, I'm sorry. If this is just how it goes, dog. Like, listen, I'm a dead man. I eat souls, okay? That's how I do it. Like,
and he's like, I don't care. Like, I don't want you eating people. And if it means not being able to transform, then I will live with it. I will fight unmorphed as long as it takes, even if it kills me. And if I die, that means you'll be dead too.
Again, the Carter Grayson School of Badassery is where Icky is trying to graduate from.
Yeah, and he's taking a beating. Like he's taking a beating better than the Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle when that big dude shows up.
We're just gonna make so Malcolm in the Middle references, JoJo's and Persona jokes. All this season.
I'm not the one who made the JoJo reference.
It's high noon somewhere in this world. Matter of fact, it's high noon right now. Anyways, so after Vice apologizes and stuff like that, as like, listen, I will fight with you. I'm not going to try to eat your brother no more. That's when we get our Shonen Jump moment where Icky is now fighting for family to protect his brother and fight for family.
And of course,
Rex transforms back into Kamen Rider Revice, and then Vice with him.
And I love how the actual I think that I want to thank a certain someone for translating the what's called the transformation sequence. And I love how the two of them are like
that's cool.
having an argument over. It's like, hey, it's like. Yeah, we're gonna fight for truth and justice, and Icky's like, I don't believe you. Oh, come on, man! I believe in peace and love now. I totally babyface. Yeah, like I said, I still don't believe you.
Listen, I have a complete babyface turn. Okay, we're not gonna get a Jim Cornette. There is no Jim Cornette in this episode. I just want you all to know. You will not see the Jim Cornette alert. Okay. Anyways. So they fight the Megalodon. They whoop on him. They whoop on his cronies. But the most ridiculous part of the episode has yet to happen. I'm going to hot tag Clement. Even
Vice like tries to steal one of those gun phones from Daiji so he could join in on the fight. And turns out, so go start right here.
Okay, so in this scene, he was what? He used like one of those stamp tools, and
the Rex stamp.
Huh?
Yeah,
the Rex stamp.
The Rex stamp.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he used the Rex stamp, and he was just pressing a button or controlling it, and it activates Vice's ability to breathe fire and use a giant tail whip on the Dead Man's.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
But then this scene happens. Like, I don't know. Would you consider? Were you saying that this is a stupid part that the caddy involved with the golfer?
Yeah, it's like it's so they were able to defeat the Megalodon at first, but like he tries to summon it all over again. But Caddy tries to stop. It's like, listen, man, that we were family. I wanted to help you improve your golf game. If only you did. If only you followed the instructions that Ethan from Dino Thunder gave you from using that footage.
My God!
When you keep saying family, it's just bringing up so many references of Vin Diesel, and I'm like, no, don't. And as we continue on, like, now this scene is just what I consider this like really a really great moment, that now that Vice and like Icky are now officially on the same page. Like, they are now working together because, Vice can be unreasonable at times because, after all, he is a demon. He needs to eat. He needs to have that energy. But when Ikki like trying to change him, convince him to like, hey, let's fight for good. You don't have to hurt people. Oh, like finally his Ikki reached out to Vice, and now they're officially working together, and they just did a hilarious transformation, and I never expected. But if you guys want to give your thoughts, I'll let you guys have it for this scene.
Yeah, you know what? There are certain things I want to say, but because we're also on YouTube, just go on my Twitch at some point later today or this weekend. You'll get the uncensored. But
Yep.
This right here, show one more time. This right here is a testament on why I'm actually liking this season so far. Because this right here, as dumb as it is hilarious. Again,
this is probably the one time when the fourth wall break actually works.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people are not the biggest fan of Vice Deadpooling in episodes or so in the previous episode, and then pulling the Deadpool in this episode. This fourth wall break was I will allow it. I will allow it.
He's like, why do I have to be in the bottom?
Again, I'm not. I After dark, we gotta do it after. We gotta bring back Morphin Network after dark, so I can say what I want to say.
By the way, low key, this would make a great Tide commercial.
Stop it, Kabuto. I mean,
because think about it. Because remember that one? I can't remember if it was Tide or I forgot what the name of that detergent commercial was, but it was like two people like wearing like a unicorn costume, and it's terrible to be the guy in the back, but hey, at least the guy in the front shirt smells nice.
Are you talking about Gain?
Gain, that's the one.
Yeah.
So Gain, get in on this.
Okay, I'm gonna finish this up real quick. So we get giant CG T-Rex. Yeah, giant CG.
You can't do it, can you? You can't do it, can you?
Giant CG T-Rex. Oh, I got this. I'm a professional. Okay. We just interviewed Samuel Benta last weekend. I got this. I'm a professional. Okay? We got a CG T-Rex kicking the crap out of all these monsters and then doing a giant, massive T-Rex CGI rider kick.
Yeah, and it's awesome.
And destroys the Megalodon.
Yeah.
And then we get the scene.
By the way, I just realized something. They're fighting a megalodon. Who else fought a megalodon?
Jason Statham.
There you go.
That's why I said the megalodon. I wish I can say with more of a British accent, but for some reason it keeps getting confused with Australian accent and sometimes Scottish accent. So let me try. The megalodon. There you go. I got it. I'm working on it.
Dude, when you went in your room when you got home, I thought you were Shemaya.
Okay, as we were. So of course Daiji contains the Vice stamps, and of course the golfer says, I should not have released my inner dead man, or those things are nothing but trouble. But then the caddy mentions, but you know what? Also because someone summoned the dead man that we were able to save the day. So which of course he's referring to Ikki. So I love the lesson of the day. Like you have this tool that can be evil, but it can also be used for good, which is something I always preach. Like a phone, it can be used for evil and it can be used for good, depending on what you use it for. It's like that one god awful movie we're not gonna speak the name of.
A wallet.
You can use it to draw, or you could use it to poke someone's eye out. In the end, it's just a pen.
I cannot believe you just referenced that movie. I cannot believe you. I'm done.
That was the one smart line in the entire film.
We can't be friends no more.
Like that, like everything after that space mission was garbage, but everything before that, it was okay.
All right, but overall, everyone lives happily ever after. Ibata and Caddyshack dude, they make up. Vice and Icky, they make up. Icky and Vice obviously does his typical fourth wall break before the episode's over, and that's the end of episode 2 of Kamen Rider Revice.
Yes. So, people in the comment sections, Facebook, YouTube, what'd you guys think of the episode? Let us know, and the three of us are going to give our takes, likes, dislikes, and a scale of 1 to 10. Clement, you're our guest. Why don't you go first?
What I like about this episode is it's like how we get to see like Icky is starting on his path to become this new Kamen Rider hero when he's just a typical guy working and cleaning and protecting a bathhouse for his parents, and he has some trophies in the past, like as an athlete soccer player, but then he could have been something, but he wants to help the bathhouse. So I want to know more stories behind why is he going, why he wants to go this, why he wants to live this way, like helping the parents' bathhouse instead of being a Kamen Rider. But I like to learn more. But what I don't like about this episode is that how quickly that Icky and Vice quickly just got on the same page. I think it's just too bit of a rush. I feel like it should need some more time to build up, because this demon, he's been around with Icky for a long time, but I feel Vice needs some more time to understand Icky more, and Icky needs to try a little bit harder to convince. Whoa, wrong title, buddy.
Oh, I just realized. My inner demon made me do it.
Yeah, so this is a great episode. I love how this is gonna lead up to something big in this Kamen Rider Revice series. But what I just don't like is how quickly that Vice is convinced to be good. Come on, I just wanted to be more built up, so then it could be a very touching moment between the demon and Icky himself. So yeah, that's my only take. So great episode. I give it a 9 out of 10. I like it.
Okay, and Fox?
I'll go ahead and just give it an 8 out of 10. Again, I like this episode, and so far, from what I'm now getting the vibe of is with Kamen Rider Saber, how we start off with 8s and then progress to a 9, maybe a 7, 1, 6, and then going up to a 10, 10, 10, 9, 7, 7, 7, 9, 7. I feel it's going to be one of those seasons again. We're going to be on a freaking roller coaster of grades. I enjoyed the follow-up. I wouldn't necessarily say that him and Vice got started working together just like that, because even in the first episode and even in the epilogue of Kamen Rider Saber, they really weren't. They were just starting to work together, because I assume that that episode of Saber was in between a couple of episodes of Revice. That's what I believe. So this is just another stepping stone of them trying to work together. I think they finally realized, look, if we're gonna save your family, then we gotta work together. So that's how I see it. So far I'm enjoying it. I want to see what the Dead Man's Dead Man Inc.'s real mission is, aside from taking the souls of humans and bringing their demons out and stuff like that. I'm getting, and just like freaking Saber, I'm getting real vibes of like Latino culture, because you have FedEx, which is Phoenix, and then you have the Dead Man Inc. and stuff like that, and then with freaking Kamen Rider Saber, you had Espada and stuff like that. It's literally, it's like
there. Espada is Spanish for sword.
Yeah, so don't matter. The point of the matter is we're getting that vibe in this one, in this season 2, which I have no problem with. I think it's great. I just want to see more Dead Man Inc.
And the mariachi costumes and the flamenco dresses.
Those mariachi costumes, I swear, dog. I mean, don't get me wrong, they style and profile. I kind of want to cosplay as those fools now.
So do you want to be Julio or Olteca?
I'll be Olteca, so. But overall,
I need a bowl cut then.
Overall, I think the episode was good. I think the fights were good. The CG was actually not bad. I mean, look, as long as we don't have that stupid scene where Icky, just like Tom, would run up the yellow brick road to save someone.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we stay clear from that, because that's still one of the dumb. That is probably still one of the top 3 dumbest moments in Saber.
I love it when someone used the whole Mario 64 background with that.
Anyways, but yeah, overall, I like the episode. I know that there's gonna be better episodes down the line, so I'm gonna give this a high 8 out of 10.
Okay. So here are my thoughts. I agree with Clement on this one in regards to Vice and Icky. I think they quashed their beef a little too quickly. I mean, don't get me wrong, they would have had to quash it a little bit to have him a reason to transform on the second episode. But I hope they aren't reconciled too quickly. Like I hope Vice goes back on his word a couple of times in the next few episodes, and then around episode 13, when they finish the first arc, then Vice is going to like keep his word for real that time, and then they're gonna unlock their first like upgrade form. Because like I hope that's what happens, and it'd be interesting if like that upgrade form will be based on Kuga or something, because I noticed that, because Megalodon's based on Decade, Phoenix is based on W. And the Grasshopper one is Kamen Rider Ichigo. I know you haven't seen it up close, but it's got Ichigo on it. So I really hope Kuga or Black RX will be his first upgrade for that. I love that George is such a huge Kamen Rider fan that he literally graphed Kamen Riders onto the Vice Sam. Look, it's Decade right here in the background.
Oh yeah, it is. I didn't recognize that.
Yeah. Here's double.
I recognize W's. Yeah.
And of course, the Grasshopper one has Ichigo. So now I'm just curious what kind of Vice Stamp 01 might be, if he will have one. But I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna make 31 of those. No, not 31. There's gonna be, let's see, 15 plus 20 plus 2, so 30. So I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a total of 37 Vice Stamps, not counting this one, because that way we will have one for every writer. So now you can complete the catalog if you pre-ordered the 50th anniversary of the belt. But yes, I really hope they actually do prolong the whole argument aspect. I hope that the Icky and Vice will reconcile for real at the 13th or 17th episode, whenever the arc's gonna end. Okay, Daiji was a little bit better this episode than he was in the previous episode, but I am a little bit upset that Sakura was not in this one, because I stand by what I said last episode. I really hope that Daiji and Sakura actually have active roles fighting Deadman, even if they're completely unmorphed, just like Kotaro's friends in Black RX, or for all you Power Ranger fans, Curtis and Richie from Mighty Morphin Season 2. And yes, I won't let go of the whole Curtis and Richie thing. I won't. But yes, I would love to see more civilians actively participating on the field. It's really cool in my opinion, and I love it. So as far as this episode goes, I give it a bit of a 9 out of 10. And it's also partly because of the comedy, the action, and of course the lesson at the end, how yes, dead men can be used for evil, but they can also be used for good as well. It's how you use them. So that's my take. So comment section, what do you guys think of the episode? Did you like it, hate it? What do you think will happen next? Let's go to the comments and find out.
You know what the comment says? Ghidorah for Smash and Kamen.
So L'Oreal says, hi, what's up?
Hey, L'Oreal.
You look good. Oh, that's sweet of you. Let's see. I respect Icky. He knows what it takes to be a writer right out the box. Something that can take half a series for some. Yeah, and I'm going to say it again. I love how we actually have the main writer not want to be a writer right away. It's like because, at least with like Haruto Soma, like, yeah, he accepts the role and he probably didn't want to be a wizard right away, but he just acquiescently accepts the role. You're a wizard, Soma, and a thumping good one, I might wager. Okay, let's see. He's back. Yes, he is. Vice looks like when someone dresses their corgi or other small dog as a dragon.
True.
Does Revice seem a little bit too strong right now? A little bit. But hopefully the dead man becomes stronger.
Yeah, it's like Kuga. Like every episode of Kuga, the monsters got stronger.
Yeah. Icky is all right, but I still miss Toma. Yeah, well, I still miss Aruto. So
I miss Ogami, but still.
Oh boy, is the sexy one. Names shall be named later. Yes, it's Old Tekka. I'm now 28, and my siblings got me the 01 O's W crossover game.
Oh,
nice! Happy birthday, Kuma Ken, and I hope you enjoy the game. Kamen Rider: Memory of Heroes. I have to make a sequel and fix a lot of the problems I have with the game.
I can't wait to play it.
Okay, I can't wait for the demon powered toaster since stamps work on inanimate objects. Okay, is that a Transformers 2 reference? I feel like that's a Transformers.
That's a Transformers 2 reference.
Yeah. Kamen Rider Grease for Smash. Yes.
I'm out.
But ultimately, I want Ichigo to be in Smash because
I'm done.
Segata Sanshiro. Okay. Then I'll die and take you with me. Was my he is a writer moment? Yeah. It's like when Doctor Who has the doctors all lined up one by one, and then reveal like the current Doctor. This is the Kamen Rider version of that. Okay, let's see. The monster design is subpar this season. Yeah, a little bit. Not gonna lie. Honestly, I think I have the same problem with the Megalodon monster that I do with the Kira Major monsters, where it looks a little way too show up for me. Let's see. Phone Fi's Henshin, of course. I keep thinking of Metabots because the guy's name is Icky with a partner. He keeps Metabots. I'd like the upgrade form to be based on O's, and I like the show so far. Okay, I'm glad you guys like the show so far, and I know you missed Toma, but we have to move forward. I draw a thing. Okay, and of course, I want to thank everyone for joining with me on this review. We got our co-host back. We got our guest here. So, any closing statements from everyone?
Well, I'm glad to see Clement back. This was great. Definitely going to be a 5-star rated on Dave Meltzer's list. We're going to be better than CM Punk versus Darby Allin at All Out 2021. And overall, though, I had a good time. I'm glad to be back. Morphin Gaming Time. I'm going to try to get that up next week. But yeah.
Okay, so Clement, where can the people find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram, cleao1031, and I'm hanging around the Morphin Network. So
Cool. And Fox, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at therex_Fox, YouTube Rex_Fox, and find all the latest game content on twitch.tv/RecklessFox. And if you want more content, myself, Mike, and members of Morphin Network, we do our own video game podcast every weekend, the Struggle Game Podcast. Be sure to follow us on SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, and Breaker Audio, Struggle Game Podcast.
And of course, you can find me on Instagram at chrono_just_cosplay. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto. And of course, this has been Kamen Rider Revice Episode 2. The Devil is Just a Bad Guy. And of course, if you liked this review, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe on Morphin Network, on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And of course, you can watch other shows on our channel, such as the Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger reviews with this guy right over here. and you guys are about to do episode 27, am I right?
yeah, on the Sentai Hero special.
Yeah, and of course, we also got Ranger Comic Time with Jen and Noemi. So, if you like the Boom Studio comics, you got that. And of course, tomorrow, our main show, our review of Power Rangers Dino Fury will be back tomorrow. So be sure to check that
Let's
out.
do it.
And of course, you can watch interviews and convention videos. Most recently, Dagger Boy got to interview some of the Beast Morphers cast members at a certain comic book store, and you could see me meet with them as well at Simi Valley. And of course, we interview voice actors live on our Facebook, and some of our videos are posted on YouTube thanks to some editing. So
one more thing.
We got Samuel Benta from Operation Overdrive, Hunter Dino, and Tessa Rao from Dino Fury. So be sure to check those out on our channel. And other than that, guys, there's nothing more to say than
There is one more thing to say.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say this right now because I know Daggerwood's gonna do it tomorrow. No spoilers for Dino Fury.
No.
Do not
spoilers.
Spoil.
Spoilers.
Dino Theory when we review it tomorrow. No spoilers.
Anything.
Right.
Okay, and of course, we will see you all tomorrow. So have a good day, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Carson's Corner is a black LGBTQ-owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises such as Dragon Ball, King of the Hill, Sailor Moon, and of course and most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at carsoncorner.com. Link will be down below.
Today's Morphin Network video is sponsored by Ranger Stop and Pop, which is now August the 27th to the 29th, 2021 in Atlanta, Georgia. And Ranger Stop Convention, which is now November 11th to the 14th, 2021 in Orlando, Florida. Go to rangerstop.com for more info.